You are live. Starting soon. Ready, set. I don't know when it's gonna go, but I'm gonna start the music.
All right.
Welcome to the Story Forge podcast.
Woo! Welcome.
We are your hosts.
We are your hosts. We are your wonderful hosts, two best-selling authors, Dominique Mondesir and Gabriel.
Rathweg. I was right there.
So we are. Oh, this that just took me out. Anyway, this is the greatest storytelling podcast in the fucking world. Two of us.
Don't cuss the first minute
Why?
because it messes the algorithm up.
Oh,
Fuck the algorithm. Fuck the algorithm.
Listen, this podcast is never gonna get monetized or streamed.
No, for real. 100%. I want to talk to you about that.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. But before that, welcome to the greatest fucking storytelling podcast on earth. Two authors, one mic, stories told galore. We fuck up, we forget things. Everything is unscripted. We just go in. For the last couple of episodes, we've done stories from my universe. Last episode we did stories from Gabe's universe, from chef to craft.
They're all my episodes.
From chef to craft, from
chef to crafter to conqueror, books 1 through 6, currently book 6. So last time on the Story Forge podcast, your hosts Gabe Rathweg and Dom Mondesir created a amazing world in the universe of From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror. In this world, Dom the Mon, the intrepid ramen entrepreneur, made a series of successful ramen deliveries. And that was what happened last time.
Yeah.
But that is not what is happening this time.
No, it's not. Because, sorry to cut you off, because we are going to do a spin. We are going to interview ourselves in a fantasy universe. We're not too sure which one yet. Fantasy or sci-fi or steampunk or dystopian, we're not too sure yet. We're still going to keep with the storytelling themes, but it's a bit, I think this is episode 14?
15, my guy.
15. So episode 15, I don't think we've discussed much regards to what made us want to become writers, kind of a writing journey, So it's not going to be an action-packed story, more of a informative story. But after this one, we will go back to Ryan Sinclair and Sam the Man, because I missed both those fucking characters. I know, I missed most of those characters. I love those characters. We need to get back to those characters.
Can you hear the music?
Yeah. Can you not hear the music?
Can you hear it now?
No.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
So yeah, we need to get back to Sam the Man and Ryan Sinclair at some point. But today we'll be discussing ourselves. To be fair, I'm not going to even lie, just for promotional purposes and for you to get to know us.
Before Dom puts his foot in his mouth, the plan here is, so I don't know if the intrepid guest and watcher listener has ever noticed that there is a promo. We have 3 people watching. Two.
Shit.
They stopped watching now because but no. So everybody has to do like a self promo. Basically talk about themselves. Talk about like you go on a podcast. And they ask you a set of questions, and then you answer these questions, and it's boring as fuck. So Dom came to me and he's like, "Hey, we need to do a podcast." He goes, Hey Gabe, we need to do a podcast where we interview each other." And I go, "Oh, that's just fucking boring. And it's not what we're doing here." And then I go, "Hey, what if we do a podcast where we interview each other, but we create a story while we interview each other?" And so this is where we are right now. And we have been discussing how to do this and come to no good conclusion.
No, it's going to be clusterfuck, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Unfortunately. Yeah, but we need to. I thinking about it now. I do miss Ryan Sinclair and Sam the Man. That was a good story. We need to.
By the way, I would like it if you put your foot in the mouth. I was just saying that for
I know you are.
dramatic purposes. I put my foot in my mouth a lot.
We do. I know you do. We do need to get Ryan Sinclair, and we're gonna finish that. I was gonna say series, but that storyline by the end of the year.
I think we finished off. We were talking about this. We finished off the nothingness has taken over. Right?
Yeah.
There's all around us. The nothingness is all around us.
It's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger at the moment, so we need to finish that off. Go on.
To be fair, everything's a fucking cliffhanger these days, right?
Yeah.
Everything's a cliffhanger, and people get mad about it. But how do you keep somebody's interest when the ocean of content is so full of shit?
That is true. That is true.
Like, there's so many books. Is that music too loud?
No, it's cool.
I'm just weaving on tangents right now before we get going.
I can tell. Actually, hold on. You were going to say something else to me before I pause. Fuck.
Yeah, I was going to be like, hey, bro, fuck.
No.
Fuck.
What were you going to say? You were going to say something else. And
Well, Dom thinks about what I was going to say. I was thinking, how do you keep people interested in what you're doing when there's so much shit out there? And then there's a couple schools of thought. One of them is to constantly put out content. And I currently, this is illegal in the UK. I think one strategy is to consistently put out content all the time, content overload. And that is the current strategy for like all the big people. I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
I concur. I concur. Like, you've got two things. It's not even being better than everyone else now. It's not even being better though. It's being better than everyone else, and also putting out a lot of fun content. It's both. Like, you can write the greatest book in the world, but if it's once every fucking decade, then no one gives a fuck anymore. It's content.
I think I'll push back a little bit and be like, every once in a while, an amazing book is written and it pushes through no matter what, because I think cream rises to the top.
It does.
But it's the very small percentage.
I give you that, but I'll retort back with Name of the Wind. He's lost so many fans. Bro,
you were 16 when that book came out.
I know.
That was 21 years, not 10 years, dog. Not 1 year, not 2 years.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the old motherfucking man club.
He's put 2 books out in 21 years.
21 years, 2 books. That somebody is not a prolific writer. I got this giant black sword. See it?
I see. That has fucked me up.
Bro.
I thought that was at least like maybe maximum 15 years. Wow.
Welcome to getting old. One day you look back and you go, hey, the 80s were 40 years ago? Motherfucker. Like, dude, it's crazy.
I wonder what he's doing for money.
He made so much money on that book. This is how it used to be with trad authors. You used to make so much money off one book that you could retire after one fucking book. How crazy is that? So, do you want to hear my theory why the 90s was the peak time in humanity?
Okay.
So, there's a 10-year span between 9-year span between 1993 and 2002 or 2001, 9/11, where my generation grew up without war. Now, obviously there was shit going on, but the US was basically unaffected by war for about 9 years. And in that time period, there was just so much money. And the Generation X, which is just a little older than me, they were like, hey, go do whatever the fuck you want. Create whatever you want. And the companies like CBS, NBC, all the big media companies had so much money, they were throwing it everywhere. And not just authors. You could go to trad. So you could do the trad authors and Bane, Tor, Penguin, these people would make so much money because there was a very short, small funnel of what could get out. So everybody just got all that money. But then in the 90s, they were like, hey, let's buy a bunch more shit, buy all this artistic stuff, and we'll sell a bunch more of it, make even more money. So they just started throwing money everywhere. Like you hear comedians talk about it, like going to Canada in the 90s. There was like Toronto Comedy Festival where they would just give out movie deal or shit sitcom deals for millions of dollars. Books were getting signed where they'd be like, because Harry Potter came out shortly after that, or during that time period in the 90s. Yeah. So there was just so much money. And then they all realized, oh, fuck, all the shit we bought, most of it's garbage. And all the money that we printed is not going to make us any more money. And then like the bubble burst and then we had to go to war and shit. But about a decade, bro, it was golden.
Good times. I'm annoyed at myself because you were going to make a point about something and I interrupted you. It was right.
I just made a good point.
It was right before I was making the introduction. Shit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It happens in life. So,
hey, how is Echoes of Lone Wolf?
It's going steady. It's
amazing
going
book.
steady. It's going steady. If people, please, more people buy it. I'm still waiting for the first reviews to come out. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about someone. No, you know, I'm not even going to discuss that. I'm not going to discuss that. But yeah, it's going amazingly. Yeah. Oh shit, you've got a thing coming out. You know what? 15th, your book?
I do. I have just posted your book.
Thank you
in the comments. Man. I've got book 6 from Chef's Craft to Conqueror. Book 6. I'm currently streaming my process of publishing. I'm on day 7. I started October 1st, and I said publishing a book in 14 days, 15 days, really. And 7 days in, gotta knock it out. Today I have to at some point get my cover artist a sketch to start doing my cover, so I have it in time. I only got 8 days.
Fuck.
But I will link. So I know I'm not.
Pre-order?
No.
Okay.
All right. So I'll tell you a pre-order story. So I told Dom this before, but you probably don't remember because he doesn't pay attention. It's like my wife, doesn't listen. Nah, I'm kidding. She's the best wife. She listens all the time. She's great. Amazing. So my last book, From Chef to Crafter to Conqueror, book 5, was on pre-order for like 6 months. About 6 months. And I got over 1,000 pre-orders, which is a lot of fucking pre-orders for any book. Not like the top 100, but like, not the top 100 on Amazon, but like, just like 1,000 pre-orders is a lot of fucking pre-orders.
It's a lot of people.
Put it in perspective. 10,000 sales for a trad author is a New York Times bestseller. A Washington Post, you
name it.
USA Today
Yep.
bestseller, 10,000 books. That's fucking nothing. I mean, it's not nothing. Don't get me wrong. It's not nothing. But as a self-published author, I get that every book. You know? So you get it close, man. You get close.
Yeah, I'm creeping up there, my brother. I'm creeping up there. I hope to smash it out the park with Destroyers, but yeah.
We're gonna smash it out of the park with Echoes soon.
Yeah,
like
I'm creeping up there.
With trad authors, they also the cheating part. There's a fucking cheating part. Every one of these famous motherfuckers you see that sell a book, they count putting them in libraries. They count places that buy them automatically, which is a cheat. And then they have their name, which sells them, which is a cheat. So it's not like I'm not saying they're great authors, because they are. I love them. They are. What made me want to be an author, all of them. But when you learn about the system, it's fucking rigged, dude.
There was a famous indie author, well, a hybrid author, a couple of years ago actually, and he got caught for buying a bunch of his own books. I won't say the name on here because
you got initials. Give me the first initial. That's just the
begins
first.
with M. Begins with M. But anyway,
That's who it was.
anyway-
Motherfucking
anyway,
motherfucker. You sneaky son of a bitch. I knew you were fucking lying.
It was in the Times and everything. It was quite a big deal. BBC
you know
took it up Times. Yeah, he bought about 10,000 worth of copies.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
that is shady as fuck. Like, dude, when you talk it, like, I was watching the stuff where they're talking about like the numbers game for music and how like the music companies
They'll do it.
they just buy
streams.
sales and they and they push it and people are like, oh, and that's why you have that same pop beat that's like ba, 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 ba. It's the same one in all the songs. So it's kind of funny, like when you feel like how you see
They all fucking do it. Yeah. All right. Should we get into it?
Yeah, man, let's get into it. I am gonna change this music. I was thinking it's a little too
Slow. It's very slow.
It makes me want to like
I'm chilling back too
stab
much.
myself in the face.
I'm chilling back too much.
What's this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is some. Okay, I can do it.
Okay. Cool.
Whenever you want to change, just let me know. I'll switch it out.
All right, we'll change. All right.
So should we do this? Should we start?
I don't fucking know where to start. This is the first time I'm completely bamboozled. I don't know where to start.
I know where to start.
Go on. You start.
Tell me a little bit about what your plan was. You wanted to talk. What questions did you want to talk about?
I haven't even fucking got the questions to hand or in mind. That's what I'm saying. This could be our worst clusterfuck of all time. But it'd be fun.
All right. So we're gonna have to. This isn't gonna work. This is too. So for the last 30 minutes, I've been trying to pick out music for this shit, and I don't know what to pick out because I'm not in like. I don't know where we're going with this. And since we've been doing this podcast, I haven't had a problem figuring out where to go. And I've been tired, but
this is the first. I have no idea where to go.
All right. How about
some lo-fi? No, that might be too chill. I was gonna say
morning
some
yoga
lo-fi.
for men?
Lo-fi music, like low cowboy.
They're gonna kick us with like a.
Yeah, they're gonna strike us. Yeah, no.
Ooh.
No cowboy bebop music. Music too hard working.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right.
No, I
don't know.
I just don't want us to get a strike because I've been getting a lot of strikes on my
what stream?
On my shorts.
Have you?
Because I did like there was one where it was like 2 cellos or something, and let's do this.
What? Have you been I haven't touched
just a couple videos.
Touch wood, I haven't got any strikes yet.
There are some ones where I was doing some just streaming, listening to music.
Okay.
And there was like 2 cellos came on, and something else came on, and there was like strikes in these countries. But it wasn't like I didn't get a strike. It just got
taken down from the region.
Yeah. Which that's the point. Woo! Monetization.
Oh, that was what the fuck it was. Well done.
We don't need to monetize this. We do this for fun, for free.
Yeah, no, that's right.
What we want is people just buy our books.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is just podcast that's free for the world. We're not monetizing it. You know, we don't have to worry about copyright strikes or what we say or any of that shit because we're not making money off of YouTube.
Of not being able to cuss in the first minute or not cussing at all.
Yeah. No. When you cuss in the first minute, it ratios your video down. It won't play it as much. Okay. That's why. It's not because we can't cuss. It's just you have to wait.
Okay. Fucking stupid rule, YouTube. Fuck you.
I love you, YouTube. Fucking let's go. So
like,
yeah,
there's so many podcasts I listen to where like they're grown men. Like there's one podcast I listen to. and they're grown men talking about cars, and they don't swear because they fucking
Don't want to
scared
get
about
monetized. Yeah.
be demonetized about being. Wait, men. Oh, annoys me. The pussification of men. Anyway,
Dude, it's like like you were listening to my stream earlier when I was writing. I was just talking about the pussification of a society. Hey, well, okay, all right. So this is what we're gonna talk about. This is what the story will be. It'll be us talking. These are the questions, questions we'll ask, and then we'll tell the story. Okay, I got it. I'm fucking starting. We're gonna start. We're gonna start.
All right. We're 20 minutes in. Let's go.
20 minutes in.
Story Forge podcast.
Okay. Welcome to the Story Forge podcast, episode 15, The Great Awakening. Your hosts, Dominique Mondesir and Gabriel.
I have even no shit.
Rathweg was just so recently interrupted. He has a great idea. Go ahead.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
We might have to say it for another episode. Actually, I was thinking post-apocalyptic, but we're two radio DJ hosts. But that would be another story. That's too good of an idea.
Well, let's just fucking run with it, dude.
What was your idea, though?
I'm just gonna let me just fucking go.
Okay, just go.
Let's just fucking go.
Just go.
Okay.
Just go.
I like your idea. The Great. What did I say? The was Awakening.
The Great Awakening.
The Great Awakening. Episode 15. The Story Forge podcast. The Great Awakening. What, bro? Dom.
You know what? All right. Last interruption. You know what this is? As we've been doing this more and more, the ideas for stories and it's come like, I don't know if you feel it's like, I feel like I'm just leveling up my stuff. Like it's just
It's so fucking annoying because I'm trying to edit and rewrite, and I just want to write new shit all the time.
Like I've had like 4 or 5 new book ideas. I'm just like, it's fucking like anyone who's listening to this who's a writer. Just it's leveling up our game. But anyway, you go.
I've been wondering why I've been cussing so much.
Yeah.
And I usually don't cuss so much. I like cussing, but usually not so much. But it's because I can't verbalize fast enough what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And it's like shit. And there's gotta be a balance somewhere. There's gotta be a balance somewhere.
But it's like selling stories on the fly, which we used to be the original storytellers. We're around a campfire, just from the plains of Africa, from the cradle, just telling stories.
I don't know. I'm kind of on this new thing where humans did not out of Africa. I'm just not into. But we can discuss that another time. You know?
Africa's a great enough for you, motherfucker.
That's fucking right. Well, let me ask you a question. Where's all your giant fucking Olmec statues in Africa? How come they're all in, Central America, South America, Pacific Islands, man?
Asians.
No, bro. Have you seen an Olmec statue? They're obviously black dudes. Like 100% black dudes.
I've not seen one in fucking ages, actually.
That's because you're fucking British and you have no culture.
We steal all the fucking culture. But anyway, sorry.
All right, so as
Great
I was so
Awakening.
Rudely interrupted. Okay. Story Forge podcast, episode 15, The Great Awakening. Your hosts, Dominique Mondesir and Gabriel Rathweg, were enjoying a quiet summer's day punting on the Thames in the ash-covered, sulfur-stinking city of London, England, circa 2025, October 7th. Your protagonist, Gabriel Rathweg, author extraordinaire and one of the most prolific and amazing human beings to ever turn a phrase, had decided to visit his dark-skinned companion because he was in a bit of a melancholy. When one lives in a perpetual state of gray, one's emotional state tends to drop to the lowest common denominator. Hence, why all Londonians are gay. Now, today was no different than any other. The sky was covered in clouds as usual. The air hurt your lungs to breathe because it was so full of filth and pollution. The ground dotting the banks of the Thames was littered with rubbish, as the locals like to say. And the water that our little dinghy slowly cruised through was the wonderful color of shit. All in all, a lovely spring morning in the former greatest country in the world. So, Dom, you were asking me a few questions the other day. What one of those was, how is it that I'm always so perpetually happy and confident, right?
As I took in the scenes of the once great city of London, which was now a acid apocalyptic wasteland.
In October 7th, 2025.
From the wars that took place, from the great uprising of the common folk against the upper middle higher class
Of the new London aristocracy, which all just happened to speak Arabic.
we were breathing through face masks against the radiation when a thought occurred to me. You know what, Gabe?
Yes, Dom.
As lovely as this scenery is on this brown doo-doo water that we are now floating on, I've got an idea. Let's take discussion to the airwaves.
The airwaves, you say?
Yes, the airwaves. I know a friend who, like many a great movie, soothes the listeners' airwaves with
Soul with his dulcet tones on the airwaves.
he has a spot open for us that I think would be quite engaging. Remember, back in the day, we used to have a wonderful podcast called The Story Forge. I think we should bring it back. It's only a couple of miles down the road, or kilometers, or blocks for you Yanks. Let's travel down Oxford Street, take a left, take a right, and we'll be there in no time. What do you say, Gabe?
I say, as I usually do, yes. You know I never say no to anything. Let's go. After you, Dom. The pair of us took our dinghy and rowed it to the side of the Thames, the eastern side, as that was where Dom said his radio DJ companion was located. Before beaching our vessel, we both made sure our armor was donned and our weapons were ready. These days, one couldn't be too careful when traversing the urban wasteland that was New London. Urban wasteland, populated by urbans, as they say over across the pond. As a world traveler myself, I hefted my 5-pound mace, which is surprisingly heavy. You wouldn't realize it, but 5 pounds is really heavy to swing around for a while.
Only for a bitch.
While Dom hefted his 25-pound dildo, black, like the color of his skin. I gave him the side eye, but decided not to make the same argument again. Besides, his point was correct. How would you feel if you got smacked upside the head by a 25-pound black dildo?
Like a bitch.
Exactly. And after that conversation, the point was settled. Our boat skidded across the pebbly beach and onto the trash-littered sand embankment. The groans of the dozens of slow-moving zombies that littered the embankment assailed our ears the moment we hit land.
No.
Normally, what was once a sound of pleasure to Dom's ears was now one of caution. Hey, buddy, keep your head in the game, I told him as I hefted my mace and stepped out the dinghy and smacked the first zombie across the side of its head. Whack! The bloody, bloated corpse's head burst like a rotten watermelon. The ichor and filth cascading away like a projectile vomit from The Exorcist. I ignored it, though, as it was something that had just become a common occurrence. Smash one zombie in the head, you've smashed 1,000.
As I watch Gabe dispatch his first zombie, one of many I might add, it occurred to me that life in New London had become something of a science fiction horror movie. One above the movie 28 Days Later, and a little bit below the movie 28 Years Later, it was something
Not a very good movie.
It was something
Garbage.
of
28
conundrum.
Days Later, phenomenal.
As to how the virus, the true virus, not the pandemic one, but the one that
Was caused by the pandemic. The one that the shot spread. The one that spread across the world like wildfire. Billions of billions of people infected by the lies of the establishment, the medical establishment.
that's what the old folks would have you believe. But in fact, the virus was spread by people shoving up gerbils up their ass. Yes, you heard it here first, folks. Gerbil fuckers.
It was the first of its kind, the COVID anal rodentia virus number 1. Never in the history of humanity had a anal gerbils disease jumped carriers to another species, but now it had. And the result was New London. It's zombies, it's monsters.
Shuffling like they had something up their ass, which they in fact they did. Gerbils. Gerbils were controlling the masses in a way that it would leave that actor, was it Richard Gere, who first shoved a gerbil
I believe
up his
that's
ass?
libel, sir. It never happened, and this is all fantasy. But hypothetically, if it happened,
The first patient zero.
the president
Gerbil.
of the United States called it the Richard Gere virus, also known as the Gere anal virus
The gerbil
or
thumbler
anal Gere virus.
himself. So, as I watch Gabe dispatch yet another zombie,
Smash!
and I heafted
Hefted.
My-
Heafted.
warlike axe
Cock.
that looked like a dildo but wasn't.
It just shaped like one. It was such sharp action dildo.
I swung it left to right, decapitating heads with the blackness and the thickness that whole big black dildo's delivered. Whack, 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 whack. These zombies were slow, but it all depends on the type of zombies. You had slow shuffling zombies. You had fast zombies where the anal discharge shot them forward. You had
bloated carrier zombies that their stomachs would explode and shoot little gerbil monsters every which way, like the movie Alien, and they would skitter towards you and try to crawl up your legs and enter your anus. It was the most terrifying thing that I'd ever had the
pleasure of viewing.
Pleasure, not even pleasure. I was so scared. Just thinking about it now makes my stomach turn and my mouth quiver.
Worse yet,
1,000 slime and blood-covered gerbils racing across the pavement, skittering to your feet to ram themselves up your anus. How horrifying is that?
Or worse yet, you had the zombies. We call them sniper zombies. They would scope you, sit back on their back, legs up in the air like child's pose, and just fire gerbil after gerbil out their anus at you.
Which came in another variation, which was called the ping pong Thai horror variation, where they would sit and spread their legs and shoot gerbils like ping pongs at a ping pong show.
These gerbils took many a friend's head clean off. I remember one crispy December morning, while I thought I was safe, and having a cuppa in a calf.
What's a cuppa?
A cuppa, as the British call it, a cup of tea, a cup of Earl Grey, a cuppa. Mwah.
Not coffee is what you're saying.
Not coffee. Fuck coffee. Coffee tastes like the devil's anus. Anyway.
Fuck coffee. Let's drink some dirty water.
Anyway, sitting there in a cafe in London, thinking we were safe with my friend from Australia who was quite into fishing. We were sitting there having a drink when all of a sudden a smash came through the glass, and this disease-ridden gerbil latched onto his neck, biting his arteries, blood spewing everywhere. I knew there was no fucking chance of recovery or survival for this. Once, I'd say great friend, but more of an acquaintance that I just met along the way. You know this type. And I thought, you know what? Fuck this. And in the distance, I saw puckered, the Thai whore herself shooting pow, 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 my way. But that was long ago. Now me and Gabe.
Dom! Watch out!
What is it?
Dove across the 10 feet between us and slammed into my friend Dom, tackling him and hitting the embankment hard as we rolled down. One of the zombie snipers, a ping pong variation, had just fired multiple gerbils at my friend, who had been spacing out and daydreaming for some reason after dispatching the last slow-moving zombie with his giant cock axe.
No! It was all coming back to me. Fucking no. Frozen. In time, in space, not being able to move. I saw those gerbils shoot towards me. Their little critter teeth coming for my neck. Using my axe-like dildo, I battered them out of the way as I pointed down the road. Let's take Carnaby Street. Let's as we made a move.
Dom recovered us both as we rolled, blocking the gerbils with his cock axe, and pointed us and screamed, "Let's go down there!" I couldn't make out what he said with his horrible English accent, but I just followed his lead and took off after him, dodging gerbils as we went. Over the course of the next 5 minutes, my friend and I ran as fast as our legs could carry us, heaving giant goutfuls of air in our lungs, breathing like bellows as we hopped, dodged, ducked, and dove around obstacles and monsters, zombies slow moving and fast.
The face mask making it even harder to breathe. that we wore.
Eventually, we found a nice shrubbery, dove into it, and hid as the rest of the zombies passed us by. As we lay there, catching our breath, I looked over at my friend and something came to me. Hey man, did you ever do any of those interviews when you were selling your books? You know, those fucking dumb ones where they'd be like, hey, who's your favorite author? What's your inspiration for writing? You know what I'm talking about?
I did indeed, and I hated every one of those. But sometimes, like they say in the UK, you've got to lick a few ring holes to make a prince, or something like that.
Why is everything they say in the UK have to be so gay?
Because we're confident in our masculinity.
Womp womp.
Gabe,
Tom. Yes.
I think. Oh God.
We're gonna be in the shrubbery for a minute, my friend. I whispered softly in my
I'm dying.
fellow's ear so as
Don't
not
let them
to
hear me.
draw the attention of the zombies. You're not dying. Quit being such a fucking pussy.
I think I see our destination. See that red light? Let's go to it. That's where the studio is. I said, checking our 6, 9, and 12 and running out the bushes.
Wait, there's a... Ah, shit. Dom took off. He was gone. He couldn't hear me. Unbeknownst to him were three fast-moving triplet Japanese schoolgirl zombies out of the corner of his eye. And as the massive black UK citizen stormed across the open road, his profile shaded by the setting sun as he sprinted to the blinking red-lit door, the trio of fast-moving zombie Japanese schoolgirls chased after him. Ah, shit. Well, those little girls aren't going to smash their own heads in, I said to nobody, and then hurried up after my friend, mace in hand and poised to smash some Japanese children's heads into pulp.
I ran for the door, unbeknownst to me, when I heard an airy little cackle of giggles that one would only hear on very late night game shows in subtitled Japanese. You know the sites. As we
No, I don't. Pause. Please elaborate, sir. What kind of sites?
I don't either. As I ran to the building, nearly at the door, I felt a sensation that made me drop to the floor. Dildo axe clattering away as a disease-ridden, face-peeling, lips bloody, hair dark, wearing what I could only say as a K-pop demon hunter outfit latched onto me. This bean smelled like rotten fish. Ah! Mouth opened. She called her other two companions as they came towards me. Get the fuck off me! I said, kicking them away. Gabe, get this crazy bitch off me! As the teeth snapped, looking for any viable flesh. I tried to keep her away, but these small Asian women were stronger than I thought. Gabe!
I ran up behind my friend, too late to interfere with the trio of Japanese schoolgirls as they leapt onto his back, sides, and bore him to the ground. I ran up, ready to swing my mace to smash any of them, but I couldn't as they were a tangle of limbs. One giant man, which for some reason reminded me of a character from a recently released video game. Some Japanese black samurai that one might know of. And 3 geishas? Wait a minute. No, that was my imagination. I stopped with the perverted fantasy and tried to find a place to swing my mace. And then the sound of the door opening caught my attention. I glanced up and the red light had gone stopped blinking and gone solid as the door opened with a loud, rusty squeak. And then a sounded. A gigantic man, the color of midnight, with hair so big it was like a black moon.
Yo! Montel Jackson! I screamed.
Us!
Help
Tom
us!
screamed.
Montel came to my aid. Blackness personified.
Boom! Boom!
The shotgun he held in his hand that looked like a toothpick went off, decapitating both those trios of bitches' heads one after the next. It looked like Gallagher smashing a watermelon.
On a side note, I love saying that in my books.
I've never said that in my books.
Oh, I say it all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Continue.
Covered in goo, I rolled to my hands and feet and wiped my face off as Montel's black paw extended towards me. He lifted me up onto my feet and looked me up and down. Damn, brother. Damn. You look worse than the first time I had some... Well, never mind.
Some of that strange, that stinky strange. You look like that stinky strange the next day when the club comes on, to turn on the lights, and you look next to you, and you see that girl there. And at night, the night before, 5 or 6 drinks in you, the disco ball spinning, the music blaring, the lights down low, that fat ass shaking in front of you, and those big old titties. You're like, yeah, this girl is hot. But the next day, the sun's shining in your window, and you see that fat ass, that big old titties. Yeah, they ain't alone. There's a big old stomach and a giant cock. Right,
hey. We ain't into that bullshit over here, man, said Montel. Keep that white boy gay shit over there.
Tom, what are you talking about? I thought your friend was cool, bro. What happened?
Now, do you want to do this damn podcast or not? Montel, I said get up to my feet. I apologize for gay.
That wasn't me. That was you. That was you.
He has them sort of tendencies. Now, can we borrow your studio? We just gotta reach out to our readers, our audience, to just let them know what time it is. I think we might be the last 2 authors in existence, if not in existence, in New London.
At least the 2 last good ones.
We got some shit to say that we need to say. What do you say, Montel? Shit. I can dig it. Follow me.
And if anybody hasn't noticed, Montel is both American and British. Think of him as the Andrew Tate of
he's I was gonna say bilingual, but that doesn't make sense. Anyway,
bilingual. He's
we
biracial.
We followed Montel down corridors where the posters along the wall had great bands like the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Stormzy. Montel, I asked, UK artist. Montel, I asked, what is this? This used to be Hit Record Studios, a place where any upcoming artist used to come, jam out, play, do a bit of coke, fuck some strange, and just get down with it.
Yeah, those days are over.
Those days are long over. Now, it's just used as just a broadcast station. If you want to use the system, it's over there down the corridor to the left. Just make sure you lock yourself in, because sometimes those Z fuckers, that's what I call the zombies, trying to be coming in. You dig? I dig, Montel. I said I dig. Now, come on, Gabe. Let's go and answer some bullshit questions.
I followed my friend and his giant companion through the corridors of the rundown podcast studio. I chuckled at what they thought of as famous artists on the wall. I mean, we all love the Beatles and Michael Jackson, but who the fuck was Stormzy? And was Pretty in Pink really that much of a good song? Who was that? The Smiths? Well, actually, I stopped there. I did love the Smiths. Hey, Gabe, you coming? My friend Dom asked as I paused to
Yeah, bro, I'm coming.
I answered in my very, very, very well done American accent, hurrying down the hallway after the two brothers. One thing I'll give Montel Jackson, he did take care of his podcasting studio. As soon as we entered, and as soon as he opened the sticker covered and beat up metal door, and we entered the studio, it was like night and day. The equipment was pristine. The
Shit.
microphones.
Is that a disco ball? You
Yeah.
damn right, sucker.
While Dom and his friend culturally made out, I took the time to peruse the podcast studio and then sat down in the only chair that was left, unoccupied. Montel and Dom, deep in conversation, had sat in the two largest chairs, as my friend was wont to do. He had a big ass and he needed enough room for it. And Montel Jackson was, well, he was a big fucking dude. Big fucking guy. After I was seated, the pair of them finally looked my way. Big giant smiles on their face. Dom, what is so funny? You just really want to do this podcast? I think you forget that there's a few dozen, thousand, million, whatever the fuck there are zombies outside. You know, you were supposed to come to America, and now we're stuck here with your big bone buddy, Montel, knocking out author interview questions. I mean, come on, man. How many times can you say, how long have you been writing?
That's a great question, Gabe. I'm glad you asked that. I have been writing for over a decade now. Over a decade of hardship, worship, just making rounds. How long?
Wait a minute. Montel Jackson interjected. Can you dig deeper into that? How many years exactly? Dig deep, brother. Real deep. Get in there.
Shit, Montel. I always wanted to be an author. When I first read The Hobbit, that shit was wild. And then I thought to myself at 16, just learning to read, if this motherfucker can write this book, so can I. And then the journey that it took me on.
Wait a minute. You are such a motherfucking confident motherfucker that you read The Hobbit by arguably one of the most famous authors in the history of writing. And you said, if this motherfucking old ass motherfucker could do it, I can. That's some pretty big ass balls, brother.
Big ass black balls, you damn right.
Yeah, big balls. Big balls.
I read it and thought, shit, if he can do it, I can do it too. And then after many failed attempts, after 20 plus books.
How many failed attempts?
Many. After 20 plus books, and over a decade later, I finally got where I need to be. Don't listen to these motherfucking haters out there who said to you that you need to learn this craft or that craft or this marketing idea. Just sit down, write every day, read some good shit, and before you know it, you'll get to your end goal.
Hey, calm down. I appreciate the enthusiasm here, bro. But let's rewind the timeline. Let Big Daddy Montel bring it back here. Right here. Tell me about your journey of 10 years, 10 plus hard years of writing, how many times, you said many, you wanted to quit? Did you quit? Did you give up?
Fuck
you say,
no,
"Fuck it"?
Montel. I
What'd
ain't
you
quitting
do?
shit.
Tell me a story. Was there a time that you almost quit? That you just gave up and you were like, I can't do it. It's too hard. I'm a pussy. I'm a
I
little pussy
remember.
bitch. I can't do it. Somebody help me. Was there a time like that? Was a time like that?
No, Montel, there was never a time like that because I ain't no bitch. But I'll let you know, there was a time when I was sitting in my car writing. It was December or maybe January.
What were you
Cold
writing?
as shit outside. I was writing one of my great fantasy novels, Space Outlaw. And before
Space
I knew
Outlaw
it,
book what?
Space Outlaw Breakout Book 1. And before I knew it, 40 minutes had gone past and my fingertips were slowly turning dark. That's right. I almost lost my fingertips to writing.
Wait a minute.
Because you know what, Montel? I ain't no bitch. I'm dedicated to this craft. No matter what. If I gotta lose my fingers to be the best writer ever, fuck that. You know what? I'm gonna lose my fingers, Montel.
That explains why your books are the way they are. You have no fingers. No, dude, that's on a real note, that is a very inspiring story. You know, sitting there, I picture it in my head right now. I can picture it now, and I'm playing the violin in one hand, the littlest violin. I picture Dom, 27 years old, 28,
Now I was
Wearing
younger than
a-
that shit. I was
25, 24,
yeah.
thin,
Just
gaunt, unhealthy. Not the strapping
Pale as-
lad he is today.
pale as anything because I didn't get
Wearing
any
a-
sunshine.
Wearing a ragged jumper from Tesco, sitting in his car, no power because petrol costs $15,000 a gallon in the fucking real city of London. I don't know, fuck you guys do. Sitting in his freezing cold car, the mist coming from his breath as he breathed out slowly, shivering. His hands shaking as he tried to write one more word, but his dyslexia was too strong. So he was like, please. And it just came. And then finally, after 30, 40 minutes, his blue fingers, pen on the page, he writes the end. He sets his pad down and blows on his fingers, and it's so cold it burns. But the feeling is what he's after because he knows the pain's worth it. One day I'll be sitting in Montel Jackson's podcast room with my best friend, the world famous zombie hunter author, Gabriel Rathweg, pouring my heart out on stage. Right? Something like that.
Something like that. So, motherfucker, said Montel, pointing to Gabe. Let me ask you some shit.
Shit, I'm ready. I was born fucking ready.
What did it feel like when his motherfucking haters came out the woodwork and said your book wasn't shit? Were you angry? Did you cry like a little bitch?
Yes, I did.
That ain't no player thing.
It was not. I was not. Man, when I started writing, so I'm 44, I started at 37. When I started professionally, you know, like really doing it. And bro, the things people would say would fucking... So there was a movie came out called Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And it's a Kevin Smith movie. Great movie. And there's a running theme through the movie where they see people bash the movie online and they print out the addresses of everybody who comments on it and goes, "Are you pussyfucker 9700?" And some like 12-year-old kid comes to the door and they're like, "Yeah," and they beat the shit out of that kid. Yeah, every comment that came out was just like, "I'll fucking rape you in the mouth and then rip your head off, and I don't care because I hate you." And it was to the point where I was viscerally angry. Like my day would get upset. And then I'd hear a good comment and it would be the exact opposite. I was a fucking wreck. And I was also drinking. So like trying to be a successful author, which I wasn't. So my books were doing not great. Every comment I get was kind of like, for every 20 good ones, you have like 5 bad ones that just blow everyone else out. And I'd read them and be like, "I'll fucking kill you." And then I would take it out on people around me. And I just was a miserable motherfucker. And then I was like, I got to just stop reading these fucking things, which I still haven't been able to accomplish. But what I have been able to do is quit caring about people who can't give me constructive criticism. Because now whenever it's somebody that's like, "You a piece of shit, you die, your writing sucks, you should do it," like, I don't care. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, people who have the time to write 5 paragraphs about why they hate me, not my book, I don't even care. I'm over it. So nowadays I'm like, nothing can stop me. I'm amazing. I don't care if you like my book. Don't read it. Fuck off.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You got that white man confidence.
We just call it American over here, buddy. We just call it confidence.
I can dig that. I can dig that shit. And what was the book that changed it all?
From Chef, man. From Chef really hit a good niche market, and it's what I like writing anyway. It's like what I like reading. Alternative history, time travel. It's fun. Like blending reality with fiction. I love it, man. It's like a conspiracy theory. There's a little bit of truth. Little nugget of truth that makes it believable that people can get behind. I fucking love it. I love it, Montel. I love it with a passion. And now I have a question though for you, Mr. Jackson.
Shoot, motherfucker.
What is that pounding sound? Boom, 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 boom. All 3 of us turn to the door of the podcast studio as it shot open with a resounding bang and a horde of zombies tumbled through. Time to go, Dom! I
two
yelled.
Motherfuckers, head out. I'm gonna deal with this shit. No one busts into Montel Jackson's studio, Love Shack, old down groovy palace, and fucks it up. I got this shit. Boom, 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 boom. As bodies flew, and Montel quickly was covered in gore, guts, and brain matter. He kept on waving us on. I, Dominique Mondesir, looked back, fearful that my friend would lose his life for just a simple podcast. But as he looked back at me and said, "Motherfucker, this is the best podcast in the world. Storyforge podcast. Fucking the #1 podcast ever. Montel Jackson," yes, I'm going to use myself in the third person, is happy to give up his life for these stories. Live on, my friends. Live on, tell stories, and fuck the haters. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go, Gabe. Let's go.
Dom and I quickly made our exit out the back door of the podcast studio as the extremely large and rotund Montel Jackson sacrificed himself for both of us. And as I noticed, as the door shut behind us, every zombie that had breached the door was piled on top of the former podcast host. I looked over at my friend Dom and shrugged. "Hey man, I think he'll keep them busy for a while. We could probably relax." We stopped running and began strolling along the street as my friend nodded. "Yeah, I think you're right." By the way, Dom, I was thinking about the last question he asked me, and I wanted to put it to you. What do you think motivates you most to keep writing? I asked as we continued with our heads on a swivel as we walked down the dreary London streets.
I can give an inspirational bullshit answer right now, Gabriel.
I don't want to bullshit answer, motherfucker.
Or I can give an honest, raw answer. And the honest, raw answer is pettiness. Because when I was born in this country, in the UK, the United States, but I grew up in St. Lucia, the Caribbean. Lush, green, tropical, women. And then at 11 years old, I moved back here because my grandmother thought it was best. And there was this one Irish bitch called Mrs. O'Hagan. Because I couldn't read all right, she told 11-year-old me that I would never amount to anything. Nothing, nada, anything. And every day I think about quitting, I think about that soured-faced, lesbian haircut having bitch. And I think, you know what, Mrs. O'Hagan? Fuck you. I'm going to prove you wrong. And that's why I keep on writing. Simple.
So what you're saying is she was your best teacher ever.
Probably.
So she's the inspiration. So
Probably.
she's such a
cunt. That yes.
She was such a yeah. No man,
that
pure pettiness.
It just she's probably dead right now. But anyway, it just singed my soul. And the second other person was the woman who made me read, Janice Pascal, or taught me how to read, Janice Pascal. I do this for as well. Because I said I was going to be an author, and I am an author. But yeah, Mrs. O'Hagan, just I have visions of accepting an award and just to Mrs. O'Hagan.
And she's probably in her grave like, I saved another one. Yes.
Probably looking up at me saying, yeah, I saved another one, but fuck that bitch. Oh.
Hey, man, you know what's funny is it's the people, like those people, whether they're malicious or not, you know, that really are driving factors, you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate.
Like I have a couple of them in my life, but yeah, man, I feel you, bro.
Driving factors. Like I always tell, because I teach people who don't know, I've got a gym, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and sometimes we have stinky kids, and the parents keep saying, I can't get my kids to wash. And I said, don't worry about it. Wait till him or her gets attracted to the opposite sex, and that opposite sex makes fun of them in front of their friends for being smelly. That kid will never be fucking smelly again.
Oh, watch out, Dom! I called as I swung my mace beside him and smashed a pair of zombies upside the head, then spun my mace clean and looked back to my friend. Yeah, I really understand what you're saying, but I never understood this whole thing about like a parent not being able to get their kid to do something. Like this idea that like I get like, oh, my kid won't do it. I'm like, who the fuck? What? Your kid won't do it? Jesus, that's not an option. Like, oh, my kid just won't. You put his ass in there, you turn the shower on, and you pour soap over their fucking head. Like, it's not rocket science. Like, this idea, this modern idea that people have that, like, kids are, like, adult people and are able to make fucking rational decisions is retarded.
I was
like,
going to say kids are retarded.
Because they're allowed to be.
Kids are retarded.
Kids are retarded. They don't know shit about fuck.
Watch out, Gabe! Ah! Boom, 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 boom. My trusty dildo axe had long vanished, and I used my fist to cave in a middle-aged bald man with glasses who looked like a Nigel and worked in accounts. Smash, smash, smash. Sorry, Nigel, I said as my fist caved in his skull. Last question, Gabe. Last question.
Dom asked as we ran the last 100 yards to the helicopter that we had stashed over by the Nando's in the center of town. Hey, that stinky Nando's, our helicopter's still there. We got inside, and being the world-traveling famous author I am, of course I could fly a helicopter. And as we entered and I hit the controls and we took off, Dom asked me a question.
Over the sound of the in my headphones, I said to Gabe, in 100 years' time, you go into a library, a bookstore. What one book would you like to be on the shelf that is yours?
I'm going to be 100% real and honest right now. And you're going to be like, what the fuck? You're going to think I'm crazy. But I believe, and I think this will happen, I'm 100% sure that I'm going to win a Nobel Prize one day for writing. I'll be a Nobel laureate. And that Nobel
for what, literature or
for literature?
I asked. Okay.
For literature. And it's going to be, I'm going to write a new version of the Bible. And I'm gonna Yeah.
Gabe, I think one of the zombies have bit you in the ass. There is a new version of the Bible. It's created by Scientology, and that fucking author created it.
No. That's the Scientology. I'm gonna do a modern take on the biblical stories and update them and make them more approachable to people. And I'm gonna keep the same themes, but I'm gonna make it a modern day story so people can read it. And there are similar things, but this is so I've been playing with this idea for a while. Okay. And I think it's gonna be like one of my magnum opus. And I also have another book that I'm gonna write that may win me a second, probably a Pulitzer, but I have a whole book that I'm gonna write about my father. And I may have told you about this, but I'm writing about my father and me and our lives, and how my whole life, my dad has always been around the important events of the world. He's always been there in the background, but never a part of the main event. So like for real, in real life, like I lived in Saudi Arabia in 1994 and 1995 when, you know, they first got bombed. I lived in Venezuela right before Chavez took over. We lived in Puerto Rico right before all the pharmaceutical companies moved out. You know, like my dad used to work for Enron. My dad has always been around the cusp of crazy things happening. Like a good friend, my uncle, my kind of like my godfather, used to run cocaine in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, and ended up turning informant and getting, you know, in jail for stuff like, you know.
Is he in jail now, or did he come out?
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, died in jail, or did he come out?
No, he died outside of jail. You can't you can't talk. You can't talk. When I was 15, when he got out of jail, he just showed up at our house one day. My dad was out of town, and he's my uncle. I didn't know any of this at the time. When I just got my learner's permit to drive, and he's like, "Hey, Gabe," I was like, "Oh shit, hey," and he's like, "Hey, you want to drive up to DC with me?" I was like, "What the fuck? Okay, sure." Does my dad know? This is kind of like right when cell phones were a thing. Yeah. But my dad also used to work anyway. So like I drive up to DC with him from Florida straight, 15 hours straight, 15, no license, learner's permit, right? And he's like in the passenger seat. I'm driving the whole time, and he's like slamming beers. But what I didn't know was he had like a case of cocaine in the trunk, and we were running cocaine from Florida to DC. And when we got to DC, I'd taken him to his like ex-wife's house. My dad shows up somehow. He found out like my dad, like, cause I told my sisters and everything was going on. And he showed up in DC, and he's like, fucking the first time I ever like seen him so mad at somebody, like, wow, I'll never come around again. I didn't realize I knew he was mad because I drove fucking DC, but I didn't realize there was cocaine in the car. So yeah, man, it's I don't know why I told that story. It's just a fun story.
But yeah, adds to the podcast. Yeah. Fun story. So. Very fun story.
Okay. Yeah. I also used to bootleg liquor too, so yeah. That's for next podcast. We'll talk about how I used to run liquor across state lines.
That's for next podcast.
Obviously, it's all a fantasy podcast.
Yes, all fantasy. But
what was the question?
What book would you want to the Nobel Prize. In the library? Right. Yeah,
yep.
Nobel Prize. Okay, cool.
All of my books, bro. I'm going to be one of the most famous authors in the history.
Me too. That's one of my things. Is I'm going to die as one of the greatest authors.
What book? How many books, bro?
Yeah, that's one of my things. I'm going to die as one of the greatest authors who's ever lived, and one of the best-selling authors who's ever lived as well.
But you're not going to die for quite a long time. I don't have any plans on dying for about 100 years.
Okay. But yeah, that's my thing. My goal is to be one of the most read. One of the most widely read authors.
Our helicopters took us away from the city of New London to my super yacht right at the mouth of the Thames. We landed on our helipad and then immediately retreated to the bar where we popped a bottle of 1972 Chateau Lafite Rothschild, and Dom continued his story.
To end here, Gabe, while we pop bottles. Pop. I would like to go down as one of the greatest authors ever lived. One of the most well-read authors ever lived as well. Widely read across many states, many nationalities, many languages. Da 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 da.
Bro, you know what's funny is you already are. You're already a more successful author than like 80% of those who do it. 80%. That's not even
wild.
that's not blowing smoke up your ass.
No, that's wild.
And you sell books in multiple languages around the world.
I do. German, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, Italiano. But here's to us, Gabe. Here's to us, and
here's
many
to you,
more adventures. Many more adventures.
Story Forge. Chin chin, my man.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is time.
The end of episode 15.
15. Next week, we will be. I don't know. Going back.
Shoot the shit for a minute.
Yeah. I was gonna say next week we're gonna go back. I miss Ryan Sinclair and Sam the Man.
Next week we'll go back to Ryan Sinclair, Sam the Man. We'll do that and then tie up those loose ends and start a new story because I'll be done with my book in about a week.
Okay.
And then it's time for new adventures. You know, I have to change my stream up. You also, man, are you on your next book yet? What are you writing now?
Yeah, I'm writing
Destroyer of Gods 3?
Yeah, 3. Destroyers. I'm like 20 plus thousand words, 30,000 words in.
So you got another 400,000 to go?
About that. So yeah, it's no, I'm looking to be done with this book by the end of the year. I've got some time off, so I'm just gonna stream and write like a motherfucker. But yeah, I am looking to just crank this shit out.
How are you finding the streaming? Is it helping you write or is it hindering you writing?
I don't even notice it anymore, to be fair, because I'm just how I've got it set up. I just see my Scrivener and that's it. So the only thing that I know that I'm writing is the green light on my camera's on. But apart from that, yeah, I've tried to do it with TikTok live on the side, but so many notifications and fucking things going off, so I can't do it like that. Can't do it like that at all.
Yeah, I found that like when I'm. Go ahead.
Not. I thought someone was. Yeah. No, go. You go.
You don't have any friends, bro. Nobody loves you.
You.
I find that it's distracting, but I also kind of enjoy talking to people when they pop in and ask me a question. Like this one girl popped in and was talking to me, and I was like, oh, blah blah blah. But I had to be like, hey, stop talking to me for a minute so I can finish this chapter.
Yeah, I do differently. So I don't really talk. So I'll talk every time I need a break. I'll talk. So I'll do like Pomodoro, like 20 minutes. So I'll write and then see and then talk and write and see. But it's just me, the music and me typing. But yeah. I'm enjoying it. It's keeping me accountable. That's the main thing. It's keeping me accountable.
That's the main thing.
Anything else. That's the main thing.
I want to talk some shit before we get out of here.
God, I don't know how long I'm fucking starving and it's coming up to 8. God, what shit do you want to talk?
We'll talk later. I don't know. I was just saying, like, I think that you know what? Maybe I shouldn't talk shit. How about that?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, no, go.
I have wisdom, and I'm not gonna talk shit. And it was a wonderful podcast. I enjoyed it so much. We need to go eat. We need to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening to the Story Forge podcast episode in the Awakening. I am your host, Gabriel Rathweg, and this is the other
Dominique
one.
Mondesir. Sorry we left you on a cliffhanger, ladies and gentlemen, but it's 8 o'clock here. I've not even fucking eaten.
It is 3 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time.
It's 8 o'clock here.
My peckish friend needs to feed himself, or his wife will suffer the consequences. And you know what giant black men do to their little white wives.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next time on Story Forge. Bye.
Let me hit the end. Adios, muchachos.
Peace. Bye.